to whatever teams here. Now we see Transatlantic Gaming are already getting their eyes on somebody, and with that charge rifle,
looking really good for them as Flubbed. Wow, wow, wow. With that last longbow shot, gets the first little knock. This is nice for Transatlantic, especially over in Survey. They get the chance to start it off right, but they're not the only ones starting to pick up kills. Clinical for Gas Station Gaming showing up, I expect, against Hybrid in this kill feed as another knock comes through from Soboy. Pushing up here, they should be able to get at least the KP for this. As Deathbox right in front of us confirms that it has gone down. You gotta run.
Yeah, this is great for Transatlantic Gaming, and you dropped them. You gave Flubbed a precision weapon right out the gate. That is exactly what Flubbed wants there, and now they will be able to push this knowing it is just 2v3.
Good bubble. This is a really, really good bubble. That choke point can be deadly, but man, oh man, does this make it easy? The problem is, once again, it's Sandwich City, and they're not the only team here. We've got somebody else coming in, and that makes things so difficult. It's good that Tag get the chance to back off there, leaving barrels behind them to at least keep this squad off their back, but we already know that they're chunked out and could still be run down.
Yeah, it is now really rough because they are just running into just a bunch of fire being thrown their way. Literally Vibing is the team that they are fighting against, as now it is up to Flubbed to try and get this team back into the running.
It's almost impossible at this point with two different squads sandwiching in on them. We'll see if you can survive, but literally Vibing has wiped so many amazing squads, and with Flubbed going down, we're down to 17 squads.
Already?
We'll see if Transatlantic can recover later on, with literally Vibing now taking priority over Survey Camp. I think this is where we have to assume that the ring is going, because people aren't rotating here this early for no reason. Though we haven't actually gotten that zone read just yet, I'm going to go ahead and make that leap for us.
Yeah, it is a little rough. We do have a slight bug where
what a nade! Oh, what a nade! Oh, what a nade! That's just a team fight. That's just a one team fight. Off of the singular ordnance there, I guess, plus the Arc Star, literally Vibing, do get the chance to run that one down. Taken out Chi-Chi, who performed so well last game. This is looking like a good one for LV.
Oh my goodness, that's one of those nades where you see that pop and you are immediately telling your whole team, go now. Everybody fight now, because I just popped the crap out of them. As we're now going to check in with Start a Fight here. And I want to get this out now. We are dealing with slight bugs this patch where we are not able to see where the ring is going. So it is a little bit iffy from a spectator standpoint. That is just a spectator bug, though. The teams themselves are able to see the ring fine.
I do like that at the very least, we get to experience what it is like to live with the questions that you have as a team that doesn't get Beacon initially. A team like Start a Fight, for example, who right now don't have access to the Beacon that is over inside of Fragment East, means that they are most comfortable sitting up here around Fragment and just trying to farm up kills, farm up damage from far away, get themselves in a better spot for the Evos, but we'll have to adapt based on what everyone else is doing at the same time, and it's not going to be lost on them that teams are starting to run up north.
Absolutely here, as now we are just seeing them kind of maneuver around. Stick Drift OP, they're gonna pull themselves into this fight. They should be aware that there is somebody up onto that big building. Now, I'm actually kind of curious that they're moving further down south here.
Look at the ring, top left. They got the next circle scan.
Awesome, great, yeah. So we are going to be sticking in Fragment for a bit here, and Start a Fight is honestly kind of struggling a little bit. They have great guns, they have great loot for the point of actually attacking, but they have not had any luck in shields. They are all on the white shields, and they need to just poke and build up those Evo shields if they want to try and actually go in for a full 3v3 engage.
They're going to be working on it slowly but surely. With this next ring now in front of us, we can see why we had some attention up towards Survey Camp, especially from literally Vibing, who came over from Climatizer. It's a natural rotation now, finding themselves alone. They should start to move down once they get that next bit of data, which they won't have for a while, I will say. Yeah. Fragment really starting to crowd up, though, and I'm taking a look at this ring and trying to decide where it ends, because we don't actually get a lot of these endings. Market is, of course, still potential here, but even that seems unlikely, and we may be getting something new altogether.
Absolutely, yeah. It was definitely in an area that did not look like it had a lot of points of interest and would not have a lot of cover. So this may pull into an area where teams are now just kind of like you're going to run into a spot where teams aren't going to have the cover, which means you're not going to have as many teams in the late rings because there's less to fight over. When you get these rings that are in fragment, there can be a lot of teams going into the last ring because there's so many buildings to hide in. When you get to the point where there is nothing there, you're just stuck trying desperately to find where you can hide.
Who's running the crypto? Who is it? Who is it? Some dirty boy is running this crypto and starting to farm up off these shields. I like the move. This is an exciting one because you know me, Tessa. I like me some crypto in endgame lobbies. Ends up really throwing a wrench into things when Gibraltars cannot reliably use that dome to buy safety for their team. And we're gonna take a look around, see if we can find some of that before they end up going down what I'm expecting to be a lot of chaos. Maybe not in this ring, because everybody's got so many buildings, but towards that third, fourth, and fifth ring, we're going to see a lot of deaths on each and every one of those closes.
Absolutely. And I actually did also see when we had that big map open, there was a team that was still at sorry, not lava fissure, thermal station. Ooh, okay, longbow. Longbow is a fun weapon.
Sick headshot tied, honestly. Like, mad respect. On the giving your job is to be able to range fights, and man oh man is he doing it well. This is also our crypto squad, Team Inferno, with fire on the crypto is going to be able to use the not only barrage of information that they have from this building, but the high ground as well to be able to bully squads with range, and the drone really starting to take the tick off of meds in the area, which is something super concerning for these squads later on, because you may leave Fragment alive, but you're going to leave it bled out of shield cells.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's important to note that they don't have any kind of movement here. So if they get into a bad spot, if we run into more of those pincer style fights, that is a spot where Team Inferno is not going to have it out. They're not going to be able to just Valkyrie ult, get into a new spot, and be fine. They are stuck where they are, and it is not going to be fun if you can't start off the fight well enough.
Speaking of starting fights, or rather keeping them away, MNK Assist have made the adaptation with the crypto in their lobby to, at the very least, not have their armors on for now. They're not poking at anything, they're not taking any risks. It is an investment in the late game, whereas this, from Eclectic, is a little bit riskier. They do have that reposition that you were talking about, but as of right now, are opting into the 3v3 instead. And over by Harvester, this should be an isolated one. Third parties at this point should have already rotated into the ring, and up against Tap Strafers, it is going to be a game, a 3v3 of pure skill.
Yeah,
basically an arenas match.
Yeah, you know, we appreciate arenas in this household. Tap Strafers don't seem to really want to actually take this. They are just trying to scan around, see if they have to deal with any other teams here. They are just playing very conservatively for the time being.
The pings are nice, especially for now. You know, this snake provides them quite a bit of safety, a little bit better of a defensive position that they had earlier, and more importantly, gets them closer to that ring, keeps them in a dominant position against the squad right behind them. I can't say that I mind it for now, although, like you say, it is a little bit passive for what we may have been expecting off of what is only the second game. However, with 37 seconds left on this ring, it's time to turn this more passive spot into a more active one by setting themselves up to gatekeep. And at the moment, Tap Strafers are actually really right next door. With the semi-long range that they have, I'd like to see them take a position a little bit further back while keeping eyes on this squad and try and force a situation where they've got to be pushed into instead of being shot in the back.
Yeah, well, they are getting shot in the back right now as the Pags is taking a lot of damage, almost going down. They are now in a fight. Pags cannot really front face on this.
Neither can Blake, as Eclectic end up taking him down. With Locks going low, he has to jump over the wall, but it's not going to end up impacting his long-term success. Very quick fight, actually. Once the shots end up connecting from Eclectic, the downs follow each other in quick succession, and Eclectic end up getting themselves an additional 3 points. Remember, third parties, at this point, weren't expected, but now, due to the duration of it, have started to come in, and Eclectic have had the chance to reset. They could find themselves another 3 kills if they play this right.
Absolutely, and you know, in that fight, it was crucial for them to get that poke down onto the Pags because he did not have the ability to help in that fight. That is why they won it. Electiq don't have the same luxury this time around. They are kind of stuck in this close range area, but they are getting some poke nonetheless.
Key is doing really good work as well, with Jelly on top of the building up against the Gibraltar. Things look iffy, but again, these beams keep going from Eclectic. They find Flesh, and now they know that the fight should be theirs again. Jelly finds even more, and the push-up is simple, easy to execute. Envy are going to be taken down right here. Eclectic just starting to clean up those kills, but what an amazing fight from them to take out Envy in what is only round 2.
Yeah, you don't need to take poke fights if you could just beam people down as well. Electiq just seem like they are on fire this game. And now we are going to check in with RCO, who are going to try and push up onto this building here.
Seems like it's working well for them at the moment, with Nightmare right below them, though. RCO are going to have to jump down before it is too late. Nightmare, nice cracks. Do find at least the initial kills, but I'd like to see them hold down the building, reset again, while RCO are doing the same thing on the opposite side of the lava river. You've got eyes on this zip line, but remember, this building can be climbed on. It's a little bit too much for 3 people to do, so RCO need to take an aggressive move here, find a beam, and start to really control this enemy team's movement, whether it be physically or just with their minds. Dome is already forced, though, and RCO, you know them, they're on the push.
Absolutely, yeah, they're going to try and push it up. You can see Illuminate just trying to get back out of here, but they are not going to get out scot-free as Gibby's going to go down. RCO seem like they're doing... Oh, I spoke too soon.
They do lose Bamclick for now. He's not completely gone just yet. You got to keep Sleepy Panda alive, though. Doesn't have the shields to survive at the moment. But again, doesn't even prioritize the healing. Just says, you know what? No, I'm going to trade back on you. With Bamclick still alive, it's not the worst decision. Now that he's gone, though, recovering that banner is going to be their #1 priority. 74% on the ultimate right now. They have the chance to use the bubble for a play to get this banner back, get their friend back in the game. But even now, it is going to be so incredibly difficult.
Absolutely. Remember, the Ash Out only goes one way, so you need to use it either to get in and fight or get out.
Good
by
angles.
Running up. Yeah, they are just going to grab that.
Sleepy Panda's in there. This is so good for RCO. Sleepy Panda does find that first knock, and Nando helps him find the second. Look at the way they flank that to get this banner off. Take away that fight in a 2v3.
Yeah, this is kind of what we talked about, where RCO are just incredible close-range fighters here, and Sleepy Panda has the aim to be able to just beam people, whether it's close or long range. Now you can see the mobile respawn beacon's going to come down, and this is a great spot to put it. There is a lot of cover. RCO should be able to reset here pretty safely.
They just can't be pushed at this point, not with the way that this game has already gone so far. Respawn going to come in, no questions asked. Bamclick is going to be right back here, providing his team with everything they could possibly need on that Bloodhound, especially if you're already taking 2v2 so confidently. These wall hacks that he provides are definitely going to be the thing that pushes you over the edge and might even push RCO to the win.
Yeah, but now you can see there are a lot of teams with their eyes on RCO right now. They have kind of created a lot of noise, and a lot of teams want to try and fight. So they are just keeping their eyes out as Fragment is starting to get very populated here as the ring starts closing in.
One of the nice things about almost all the positions in Fragment right now is that everybody is incredibly difficult to push. Until this starts drawing you out of buildings, actually moving from one building to another without being shot is nearly impossible. It means that nobody's really comfortable taking straight up fights or straight up pushes. This is the only way to do it, to use your Wraith, get that portal down so that not all 3 of you are at risk when you end up going over. I like the instant Q from Rambo as well. He's going to try and drop that portal on the 3rd floor. Doesn't quite get it, but man, that was so close. Instead, they're going to have to settle for the bottom floor. Gas Station Gaming can come in here, and you got to take the portal. Now already Rambo is flanked. He doesn't have the Q cooldown, and he's going to end up going down having lost 1. You're not taking that portal anytime soon. Nerf. Do end up finding the kill, and with that, denying a major cooldown and a major component of GSG.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, that was such... I feel like JSG is playing so risky these games here, going for the lifeline the first time around, and now trying to go for that, not only trying to go for that real sneaky portal, but when it failed the first time and Rambo was seen, they didn't stop. They didn't try and go back a little bit. They kept trying to go for it, and I feel like that's just a very huge mistake that is causing them a lot of problems right now.
Instead, bots start a fight, time to get on top of this building, though, and that's really exciting with Stick Drift OP and happening it as well. It's not just Nerf here. We've got a 3-tiered birthday cake, and it really does feel like a birthday cake because this is exactly what I want. This kind of action, this kind of tension, all in one building. A nade coming in right next to Flinzar. He just batted, but instantly that gets taken away, and with the gas eating him alive as well. Flinzar may just go down, ends up falling at the hands of Nerf. They're on the push at this point, and it is not even close as Stick Drift to lose two men.
Yeah, you can see now Nerf just blowing people up. They are looted up something fierce, and they have this building on lockdown. You are going to struggle very hard to push a Caustic and a Gibby in this building. As MNK Assists seem to want to try and take this. They are not as healthy in terms of their shield status compared to the rest of the squads here, but lots of squads trying to push this building down.
Oh my lord, Team Inferno is here as well. Remember, Startified is still stacked up. We've got, again, at least 3 squads right here, and it seems like this must be exactly where the zone is ending, because keep in mind, we don't have that data, but man, oh man, if data could scream any louder, it would be right on top of everybody is Inferno. With that bubble going down, this is their last lifeline in between them and death. They take the time to reset, get themselves a bit more health, but keep in mind that they're not the only ones here. Dab have shown up as well and are trying to take the fight. Unluckily, they end up losing 2, and Phoenix, the last one left alive, is going to have to contend with a huge EMP on top of them.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a rough spot for Team Inferno because they ended up...
Dabber gone. Dabber, that nade, there we go. They're gone. Tide ends up picking up the kills.
Wow.
And the dealers of that EMP claim dominance, at least for now, and are going to look down because we can still see through the highlights that there are 2 more squads in here. Fighting's not done yet.
Yeah, I am actually amazed that Team Inferno got that, because not only were they dealing with Caustic gas, but they were also dealing with the ring. They stayed a little bit too long, took some damage from the ring, and had to burn that Gibby bubble early, but they still ended up coming out on top of that fight there. Nerf, they are fighting on 3 fronts right now. They have 2 teams in this building, and they are also fighting a team outside, I believe. Yeah, there are 2 teams in this building. I was second guessing myself. This is really iffy right now, because just you don't know when one of these teams up top is going to push you.
Good shots with the wingy. Messiah, remember, does have that gold shield for a little bit of extra sustain, and with turns safeguarding his back, this guy is a monstrosity. Those PK shots take down not 1 but 2 members, but they do lose fearing. And remember, with 3 squads in this building, third parties have never been easier. Turns is eating damage in the back. Nice gas, buys him a little bit of time, but he's got to pop this bat, get his teammates back up and safe, and you can only hope that that dome is off cooldown, because Nerf are not going to be done resetting in time to confidently take the fight in front of them.
Yeah, Ring is going to push people out of these buildings here, so it is definitely going to open up now.
Start a fight right above. It's just Aves up top right now. Insane that he's managed to get the high ground on all these squads, but he has to watch his back because there are still Valkyries in this squad. 5 teams left, but for right now, Team Inferno are going to start taking down the members of Nerf. With the ring still closing, they do excellently to pick up that additional bit of KP, but now may just lose themselves to Aves. It's just fire left. Aves is able to 1v2 that fight. He's still alive and in the top 3 of all things.
Wow. Okay, even if you go down here, Aves just did so much work there. Trying to shield swap, immediately gets it lost and will go down.
Goodbye, Aves.
Salute. Because you pulled off something incredible there by waiting and biding time, dropping at exactly the right point when the team was trying to reset. Inferno tried to keep themselves topped off there, and it just did not work out for them.
With RCO now grouped up, though, we're down to our last 2 squads, and this kind of 3v3 is the kind of stuff I like. It's the kind of stuff that gives Sleepy Panda the time to shine, but he gets taken down very low and can't play that bubble with it expiring soon. Just gonna pop behind here, pop that shield bat. Hopefully, you do end up taking down Jelly from Eclectic on the side. And RCO should be able to make
Alternator.
this work already, though. Bamclick does go down. Lox is here. Key is going to be the thing to secure this game. But with Sleepy Panda here to play Disruptor, he's not going to be able to do it. RCO lose their key member and now are down to just Nando playing Anchor on this Gibby. He can still clutch this out. Dome 4 seconds away. He could start to pick up his squad mates. Things are getting risky. And with this medkit being popped, this actually could still be an RCO win.
Yeah, he's just rotating around, trying to buy as much time as possible. Yeah, they did not realize they were both that low. But with the Dome, that is going to be an easy pickup, and that should... Eclectic needs to push this now if they want to try and win this.
Gibby is so good in the 1v1s
Yeah,
right now.
here you go.
The Dome goes down. Key has to push it, and he knows the PK is out to win the bubble fight. But the Prowler in the hands of Key might just be enough. The last shot's not quite connecting, but he ends up turning the bubble on its head. And Eclectic, just like that, Key really does change the game and find them the second win.